There are verses in the Bible that are very sad verses, and this is one of these really sad truths I want to talk with you about today. And the truth is this: there are people that Jesus walked away from. People that Jesus turned and walked away from. I cannot think of a sadder experience than to have Jesus turn his back and walk away from us. Now, before you think that, no, Jesus would never do that, remember what Jesus taught the apostles. In Matthew 10, verse 14, if anyone will not receive you or listen to your words, shake off the dust of your feet when you leave that house or that town. Mark 6:11, if any place refuses to receive you or listen to you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned these people to their own fate. So when Jesus turns his back and walks away, he's showing these people, I've abandoned you to your own fate. He says it again in Luke 9, verse 5. And if a town refuses to welcome you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned those people to their own fate. Now remember all of that as we read Mark 8, verses 11 to 13. When the disciples heard that Jesus had arrived, they came and started to argue with him. Testing him, they demanded that he show them a miraculous sign from heaven to prove his authority. When he heard this, he sighed deeply in his spirit and said, why do these people keep demanding a miraculous sign? I tell you the truth, I will not give this generation any such sign. So he got back into the boat and left them, and he crossed to the other side of the lake. Now, who are these people that Jesus turned his back and walked away from, as he told his disciples, abandoning them to their fate? They were the Pharisees. And they came to Jesus not to learn, they came to Jesus to argue. It says they came and started to argue with him. Immediately, they walked up and began an argument. They came and wanted to test him. They didn't want to be changed in his presence. They didn't want to learn and become better people. They wanted to argue. They wanted to test him. And they demanded a miracle to prove his authority. They didn't want to submit to his authority. They wanted to prove. They wanted him to prove his authority. Like, forgive me, how many miracles was he doing all day, every day? But they wanted something to prove that they should submit themselves to his authority. Now, all of us have met people like this, people who just want to argue, people who want to test and challenge and not be changed, people who have no submission in their hearts whatsoever. And Jesus just looked at him. And the Bible said he sighed deeply, just, I can just imagine the look on his face, just, and then he turns and walks away. He rejects their demand. He turns, goes, gets in the boat, and leaves. And they just stand there, probably feeling very superior, okay? Probably feeling very superior. But I just think that next trip across the Sea of Galilee must have been a little quiet in the boat, because Jesus loved people, and he just abandoned them to their own fate.